Hi, this is Yeho. I'm macro option trader. Today is June 6, 2026. It's around 12:14 a.m. in Japan. Rather than doing a normal market recap today, I want to talk about something that has been on my mind. SpaceX. Its IPO is coming up on June 12, and the excitement is building. The offering price has been announced, and many investors are preparing to participate. In Japan, investors can apply through brokers like SBI Securities. So I think we will see strong participation from Japanese investors as well. Because of that, the space sector continues to attract attention. Although there are some pullbacks recently, today's trading showed strong momentum again. The atmosphere around the space stocks feels increasingly bullish. At the same time, if we look at the Nikkei Nigo's, the story is a little different. Just when it looked like the index might push toward 70,000 with a correction. Tonight futures are trading closer to 65000 point. So I'd like to talk about what this might mean structurally. For why I believed we needed to abandon our old deflation mindset. The world has become a more inflationary, and in the environment, in industries like AI continue to grow rapidly. Index such as Nikkei Inigo and S&P constantly replace their components. As AI companies become larger and more important, they naturally gain more weight in the index. In other words, the indexes themselves become more AI driven over time. That was one reason I believe major index could continue moving higher. And honestly, I think that view was mostly correct. Money flowed out of the many individual stocks and concentrated into the index. Semiconductors and AI became the dominant theme. That has been a trend. But now I think something may be changing. The rise of SpaceX and the growing excitement around the space industry could be creating a new dynamics. So what exactly is a SpaceX? Of course, it's a space company, but I think Elon Musk's vision is much bigger than them. And it's a core he seems to be trying to build a backup for us. Whether it's the moon or Mars, the goal is to create another place where humanity can survive. A second home of civilization, a backup system for our species. And when you think about today's world, there are many risks: geopolitical conflicts, pandemic, natural disaster, and many other unknown threats. But whenever a risk increases, people naturally look for protection. In option time, they look for put option, and led me to interesting through what if SpaceX itself become a kind of the put option for humanity. Image a scenario where humanity fakes existential setting, most asset would probably panic. Stocks market could crash, where would spread everywhere. But in the environment, the space industry could become a something different. It could become a symbol of hope, images the scientists discover, and astronaut and the correlation codes with us. So who becomes a hero? Who becomes the solution? Companies like SpaceX. And if that happens, capital could rush toward those companies. From that perspective, SpaceX start to look like against a put option on humanity itself. Money that is currently spread across thousands of companies and could largely concentrate into the SpaceX and the other major space companies. That's why I think investors should pay attention. There's no longer but a debate about inflation versus deflation. The more important question is, where is the capital being pulled? Where is the most? Where is the next destination for global investor flows? In the past, capital tend to move between the sectors, but now it may become even more concentrated, not just into sectors, into a handful of companies. There are only limited number of serious space sector companies, maybe five or so in Japan, more in the United States of course, and but still not the many relative to the size of a global capital markets. And if money starts flowing aggressively into only 10 or 20 companies, but could become a powerful force. In fact, it could even compete with the major index themselves. That's why I think the SpaceX IPO could be more important than many people realize. This is not just the birth of another large company. It could um, mark the creation, mark the creation of completely new destination for global capital. A place where money gets absorbed, a place where investors seeks and protection grows and the survival all the same time. In the sense of SpaceX becoming a put option of humanity is not an impossible scenario. And one more thing, if humanity truly being build a permanent instruments on the moon or Mars, the amount of the capital required will be enormous. Supporting even one person in space requires huge infrastructure investment. Now, imagine supporting thousands or millions as a potential market size become almost unimaginable. There's another reason why the long-term opportunity could be so large. So when I look at the SpaceX IPO, I don't just see about the space stocks. I see a possible hedge against humanity's biggest risks. I see a company that could become one of the most important capital magnets of the coming decades. That's how I'm thinking about it today. That's all for today. And always, I hope you will keep following my contents with a lot of mindset. See you tomorrow.